Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Nick Tan Chats, my magic and mentalism review show. My name is Nick Tan, and on today's show we'll be taking a look at Pi Revelations put out by David Penn. Right, so welcome back to the channel, welcome back to Nick Tan Chats. If you are already a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing. If you are yet to be a subscriber, if you're not yet subscribed, and if you like the kind of content that I put out, please subscribe, okay? Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button as well so that you'll be notified every time I upload an episode of Nick Tan Chats on YouTube. Every single subscription, right? Every single notification that I get that so-and-so has subscribed is a little push, right? It's really a little push to like say, hey, people are watching. So let me know that you guys are watching my videos. Let me know that you find my content interesting, that it's helpful to you in a way. Comment on the video, subscribe, and I will hopefully put up more videos in future. Alright, but let's get down to the review for Pi Revelations. Now, what is Pi Revelations? Now, in a nutshell, this is a complete dictionary of 4-digit numbers, all right? And every single one of those 10,000 different possible combinations are at your disposal. So immediately, most people, most mentalists, most magicians, the immediate comparison would be to a release by Vincent Hedin. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right, I hope so, Vincent Hedin, in his 10,000 decimals of pi Pi book test, all right? When I first saw Vincent perform his Pi book test, I was immediately captivated by the whole plot. The idea of Pi, to me, at that point, it just seemed like such a strong theatrical hook, and I immediately fell in love with the idea of using Pi. If you haven't seen Vincent performing, I strongly urge you, go to, search on YouTube, find a video of him performing it, his opening patter, the whole presentation, his own memory demonstration using the book. I immediately bought the book back in like when it was first released in like 2012, 2013, around that time. And then when I bought it, I quickly found out that I couldn't do it. It was just, there's a lot of mental gymnastics, to me at least. I mean, I do realize that all, difficulty levels are all relative, but for me at least, it's just too difficult for me. I can do it. It's just that I've not been able to get it to that level of proficiency that I'm comfortable with, that I'm happy with, to be able to perform it in front of a live audience, all right? So although I love the presentational idea of using Pi, I left this book aside. Then came Pi Revelations. Now, Pi Revelations was something that when I saw that I could get my hands on it, I immediately jumped at the opportunity, without even knowing what the effect was, actually. Because David Penn, right? So when I saw that it had to do with Pi, and when I saw the name Penn, immediately I just got it with no hesitation whatsoever. A similar thing also happens when I see this kind of Pi and with this kind of pen. I just buy it as well with no hesitation whatsoever. So what do you receive when you purchase Pi Revelations? Pi Revelations comes with obviously the book. It's like 98 pages, okay? All the numbers are there in every single page. There's also an introduction in the front few pages of the book talking about Pi and stuff like that. But the main bulk of it is all the numbers. That's the body of the book that you'll be using to perform the effect. Along with the book, you'll also be getting I don't think I'm revealing anything by telling you this because it is in the ad copy. You will also be getting a link to an indexing website for the book. Okay, so the indexing website is created by Mike Phillips. All right, so the very talented Mike Phillips has helped David Penn on this project. It goes hand in hand with the book. Okay, so you will need both the link and the book as well to perform Pi Revelations. On top of that, you'll also be receiving a link to a tutorial video. The tutorial video runs for about an hour and a half. David will be there to tell you all about what you need to know about Pi Revelations, what you need to do, what you need to know to get up and running. It only goes on for about 25 to 30 minutes, I think, if I recall correctly. The rest of the video is actually other contributors, all right, other app developers talking about how Pi Revelations has been integrated along with their app. Alright, it's hard to sequence the information here, but you can perform Pi Revelations in its most basic form without any apps whatsoever. You don't have to purchase anything else. All you need is the link that comes with the book. However, other popular magic apps have also come on board. If you have Inject, Calculon, the Architect of Predictions, all these amazing apps, it only gets better if you use those apps, but they are not necessary. Okay, you can perform using Pirate Revelations without those apps, but if you do have them, if you do choose to get them, the things you can do are just incredible. Everything becomes more hands-off, and you can get the information in a much cleaner fashion. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about the non-app version that David teaches on the tutorial. So to begin the routine, you display the book. The book is in play right from the start. You will use your phone. You can use a borrowed phone, but in this case, I'll just describe it within the context of using my own phone. You have some spectators key in some random numbers. They add them together randomly, numbers. One of those numbers that you get from the spectator is a special number. Okay, it can be a PIN code, it can be the date of birth, something like that. A 4-digit number that means something to them that they can easily remember. And then, after all the numbers have been added together, they press equals. There's a total that is on the screen. Okay, so in this case, it's 8279. All right. Then you give them the book. And you tell them to turn to page 26. Okay, you take your phone back. You take your phone back, you hand them the book, tell them to turn to page 26. They do so. You tell them to go to line number 5, all right, line number 5. You tell them to count down, maybe 7 digits in. They will count down, and then they will see right there on the page the random number that they have generated, okay, in this case 8279. And after that, immediately after that, you tell them that, you know what, you're going to try this again, but with a number that only exists in their mind. So you tell them to think of that special 4-digit number, the PIN number or whatever it was that you asked them to use for the calculation. And then, without them telling you the number, you then tell them to turn to page, let's say, 46. They go to page 46, you tell them go to the 12th line, they go to the 12th line, you tell them right at the end of the 12th line, and when they look there, they will see the 4-digit number that they are thinking of that they haven't even told you about. So the routine uses the calculator, obviously. David teaches the whole routine, so you can, using just that alone, perform the whole sequence that I've just described using Pirate Revelations. Now, I did mention that other apps are available. If you do use the other apps, you can create even more, more involved, more amazing kind of routines. But again, you don't need all those apps. Pirate Revelations can stand alone, and you can just use it by itself. I think Pirate Revelations is an amazing tool, all right? It's an amazing tool for a performing mentalist, magician. It's a way for you to reveal any 4-digit number, right? I mean, as mentalists, we're always looking for more and more interesting ways to reveal information, right? There's no memory work involved, okay? No memory work involved. As amazing as it is that any one of 10,000 combinations of 4-digit numbers you can locate immediately at your fingertips, but there's no memory work involved. So to me, methods which are easy, which are a joy to use, normally results in better performances. If all of you think back to a great performance that you gave, it's probably because the method took care of itself. You don't need to worry about method. What do I not like about it? Well, it's not that I don't like certain things about it. I think it is great as it is. The only consideration that I will have to tell all of you, I don't want to tell you the exact sequence of events that needs to take place in order for the method to work, because it's like literally just giving the method away, all right? But you will need to handle your mobile device. Okay, you will need to handle your mobile device during the course of the routine. So to use the app-less version, the version without any apps, you do need to try and work in a presentation, a motivation, give yourself a reason, some kind of justification for the phone to be in play. Okay, don't just take out the phone for no reason and start looking at it and then just immediately tell them, oh, turn to page 46 and line 17, that kind of a thing. Okay, so you have to work your routines in such a way that the phone is part of it naturally, okay, so that you can get what needs to get done. Something else, it's just a small point. This is just personally the way I would do it, all right? There are exactly 18 lines, okay? 18 lines on every page. And on every line, there are 24 digits, okay? 24 digits. So in some cases, in some numbers, when you tell them, let's say, turn to page 78, all right? That's easy enough. They can easily turn and flip the book to page 78. That's fine. Then you now tell them, are you on page 78? Great. Count down to the 17th line. Okay, so they're going to be there, 1, 2, and then they count down to the 17th line just to discover that it is in fact the second last line from the bottom. So it's a bit of a tedious way to get down there just to find out that it's right at the bottom. And then on the 17th line, please count to the 21st digit. So then they'll be like, and then when they count, they realize that you were actually referring to the last 4 numbers on that line. Okay, so just a small bit of handling during performance. I think if I were to, get a very low number in terms of the line, so I know that there are 18 lines. I think up to like 10 or so, 10, 12 lines, I think I'm okay with them counting down. But between, 15 to 18 lines, 14 even maybe, right? If I see that their number is on the 15th line, I would tell them, please count the 4th line from the bottom. Then they can immediately just go 1, 2, 3, 4, the 4th line from the bottom. And then, instead of giving them the exact position of the digit on the line, please count down to the 17th digit or something like that. It can get a bit laborious and tedious for me, but I would probably use a more kind of a positional kind of a direction. What I mean by that is this: I know that there are 24 digits on the line, okay? So in my mind, I split it down the middle. I know that 12 is the middle line, okay? So if I get the information and information says that their 4-digit number is on the 21st digit, I'm just gonna tell them, look at the last 4 digits on that line. Okay? And because their eyes are looking out for those 4 numbers, when you guide them to the general area on the line, they will immediately see the number. Okay? You don't have to tell them the 21st digit. I just feel it's smoother and it plays a little bit faster and snappier, I think. So another example, let's say turn to page 29, all right, they turn to page 29. Instead of saying, count down to the 14th line, I'll probably just tell them count to the 5th line from the bottom. 5th line from the bottom up. So they go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if I see that the 4-digit number is like, in the 10th position, I'll just tell them, look in the middle of that line, you should see your 4-digit number there. And again, because their eyes are looking for those 4 numbers, after just scanning a little bit near the middle in the general area that you told them about, they will see the numbers. Okay, so it cuts out the need for them to just count digit by digit by digit by digit. Okay, so that's just a little point that I will probably do it that way. I mean, you can go exact if you want. Please count down to the 15th digit. You can do that if you want. It allows you to do that, but for me, I probably would just tell them the general area and let their eyes just, find it for themselves. So all in all, I really like Pi Revelations. It feels exactly like a dictionary kind of a review for a word, for a book test. In my own show currently, I do use a dictionary review. So I do know that it plays really, really well. Okay, so I cannot wait to bring this out and get out there and start performing with Pi Revelations as soon as I can. So if you're interested to grab yourself a copy of Pi Revelations, I'm going to leave some links in the description box down below. And that brings us to the end of this episode. I hope you enjoyed watching. Till next time, again, please stay safe, take care, have lots of fun with all your magic and mentalism out there, and I'll see you again next time on Nique Tan Chats.